everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Kayla and it's time to crack into a good book. So today is going to be the third installment of my Urban Fantasy Paranormal Romance Recommendations video series. And today's theme is zombies. So I've got two series and one standalone kind of book to share with you today. So let's just jump right in. So the first series that I'll talk about is the White Trash Zombie series by Diana Rowland. This is a 6-book series and all books are out, so you can binge read that series if you want to. The first book is My Life as a White Trash Zombie, and it's a very similar premise to the show iZombie, if any of you have watched that. And, I'll just say, I've watched it, I really enjoyed it, so I think if you like that show, you'll probably like this series as well. So this is set in Louisiana, and our main character is kind of white trash, hence the name White Trash Zombie. So she is a high school dropout and has a criminal record and was a drug addict. At the beginning of the series, she's on probation and she ends up overdosing on painkillers. So, and she remembers being in a car crash and, she wakes up in the ER but doesn't have any scratches or any injuries on her. Then she also gets a letter telling her that she has a job waiting for her at the morgue. Basically, she really needs to take this job. She then learns that she has been turned into a zombie, obviously. Working at the morgue is great because she can eat the brains from the morgue, hence the connection kind of to iZombie. But we also have a serial killer who is decapitating his victims, which is obviously a problem if she needs to eat their brains. She helps kind of solve these crimes, and that's kind of a general theme throughout these books. Of just solving crimes. There's romance. I seem to remember there's one of the books has some connection with a TV show that they're filming that's a zombie high school type thing, but some of the cast members end up actually being zombies or something like that. There's a zombie mafia throughout the books. There's obviously a lot of content warnings for drug abuse. Her dad is also an alcoholic, and there's some issues with him. But throughout the series, we see a lot of character development, not only with her relationship, or the main character Angel's relationship with her dad, but also just her coming into her own, I guess. So she tries to educate herself more, and since she was a high school dropout, there's zombie trafficking in some of the books. There's a lot of hunting killers and trying to keep zombies a secret from the rest of the world. And they also eventually start looking for the cure for zombieism. So this is a really fun series. I highly recommend it. So I talked about this author in my Demon recommendations video because she also wrote the Kara Gillian series. I do think that the zombie series is much better. It looks like I gave all 6 books 5 stars. So I definitely loved it. It's really fun. It's funny. I felt very connected with Angel. She's just really, I don't know, she's just a really fun main character, and I appreciate how hard she works to better herself, and just generally the struggles that she goes through becoming a zombie, and I don't know. But yeah, so basically, if you liked iZombie, you'll like this probably. So the next series that I'll talk about is the Kincaid Strange series by Christy Cherish. Now, I've only read the first book in this series, so I can't speak to it as a whole, but I'm still gonna talk about it. This, I think, is a trilogy, and I believe the 3rd book comes out possibly in January of 2020. So hopefully it'll be wrapped up soon, but this is set in Seattle, and our main character is a voodoo practitioner. So the first book is The Voodoo Killings. Throughout the U.S., raising zombies is illegal, so Kincaid is, has a job kind of as, conducting seances for, college students, basically, and, because they generally want to take guitar lessons from local Seattle grunge rocker who's dead. He's still around as a ghost and kind of is Kincaid's roommate. So then there's, a stray zombie that appears. He doesn't remember how he died or who raised him. This is obviously very problematic because he's an unauthorized zombie, and so Kincaid helps him try to remember how this all happened. And then there's this whole murder spree aspect where somebody is trying to kill off all the zombies and voodoo practitioners in Seattle. So Kincaid is kind of pulled in to help investigate, I guess. So I did give this 3 out of 5 stars. I think it's a really interesting premise, but there were definitely some slow moments, and some confusing world building, I guess. Like, I didn't really have a clear idea of how the magic system worked, but I do have the second book, so I'm hoping that it'll improve, and like, obviously I'll let you guys know once I read it, and I'll, feature that in a wrap-up. I do think it probably will get better as the books progress, and I mean, I did obviously think it was interesting enough to continue the series, so, just like, not the most amazing urban fantasy series I've ever read, but it's still fun. And I think, like, if you're interested in the premise, like, definitely check out the other Goodreads reviews and see what you think. So the last book that I'll talk about in this video is, maybe like urban fantasy is a bit of a stretch, but like, I don't know. I feel like his books kind of fit into it. So, and I really enjoy them. So I'm gonna go ahead and recommend them. So that is also perfect for the Christmas season. So the book is The Stupidest Angel, which is a heartwarming tale of Christmas terror by Christopher Moore. So I'm just going to go ahead and say this. Christopher Moore is not going to be for everybody. Like, he has a very bizarre sense of humor, so not everyone is going to think it's funny. But I do think it's really funny, and like, he has some really great books, and it's so weird, but hilarious. This one, like, it's I think it can be read as a standalone, but technically it is part of the, like, Pine Cove series. I don't think you really need to read them to be able to jump into this book. So it's like the week before Christmas. Josh, a 7-year-old boy, thinks that he saw Santa get hit in the head with a shovel, and he is praying for Santa to return from the dead. We have an angel, Raziel, seeking a small child with a wish that he can grant. And our angel is not the brightest. So basically he ends up kind of screwing up his mission, and it does in fact return Santa from the dead, so we have zombies returning. Obviously the residents of Pine Cove have to like fight against these zombies, and it's like full of Christmas chaos and cheer. I rated this book 4 out of 5 stars. I think it's probably one of his better books, but again, it's not going to be for everybody. I think it's hilarious, and I think if you're wanting like a pretty silly zombie Christmas book, this is going to be it. But yeah, so there's just 3 book series / standalone books about zombies or zombie or voodoo practitioners that I have to recommend to you today. Let me know down in the comments if you've read any of these or think you might pick them up. I hope you're having an excellent day and are reading something awesome. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to give it a big thumbs up, as that would certainly help me out. But with that, I think I'm going to wrap it up here and see you in the next one.